ようこそ、ばんさいチャンネルへ。今回も、スターフィールドの続きをプレイしていこうじゃないか。さて、アーティファクトを船内に置くと。この店にアーミラリを作りますか。はい。今後はアーミラリを移動させられます。スターボーンの襲撃はアーミラリを設置した場所で起きやすくなります。アーティファクトを持ち歩く場合はどこでも襲撃が起きやすくなります。マジかよ。狭いな、なんか。なんでこいつらこんな一箇所で固まってんだよ。そしたら、ロッジに戻る。なるほど。戻ったぞ。サラ・モーガンの所有物はロッジの地下に移されました。ああ、そういえば前回死んだな。
If I may, I know our encounter with the hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind.
弱腰になったか？
Do you remember that?
これ以上ユニティを垣間見ることはないと言っていた。何かのトリックのように感じられた道をそらすための。そのことは考えていたアーティファクトと関連しているはずだ。
Exactly. Somehow. The thing is, I've heard that word before.It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
誰だ？確かに偶然とは思い難い。やってみよう。ただの言葉と待ってよ。藁にすがるようなものだ。そもそもサンクタルユニバースはどこにある？
It's right here in the city, just a block or so from the lodge.
なるほど。やってみよう。
I guess it couldn't hurt. I've heard the keeper's a pretty insightful guy.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
なんだ、クレジットがすごく追加されたぞ。あれか、アキレスというのは。なんだか怪しいな。
Keeper Aquilas, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo, it's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper,I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
ユニティについて話したい。あんたの教会は宇宙の奇妙な連中と繋がっているのではないか。任せる待ってよ。
Keeper, we were hoping to talk to you about unity.
You want to subject your friend here to one of our talks, Mateo? The future of humanity is
こいつも半分は信じていないようだな。
No, that's not exactly what I meant. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
ほう？気になるな。先に入るぞ。遅くてかなわん。なんだこれは。あ？なんだ。
There you are. Great.
あ？
So how much of a thrill has it been traveling with the one and only last descendant of the great Solomon Coe? Is it everything you imagined?
何が言いたい？サムは家族の誇りになっていると思う。一緒にいられて光栄だ。日記にもそう書いた。見てほし
い。Yeah, but no autographs, okay? I gotta say, it's a relief being with you. So many people hear Coe and they expect me to pull some
さっき舌打ちしたぞこいつ。
Time has a way of just building on itself. Solomon was a good man. Great one even. But if he ever heard all the bullshit being talked about him these days, he'd flat out deck him.
だろうな。ソロモンと比べるのが嬉しくない。では奇跡を見せてくれ。
It appears I left him in my other jacket. Sorry. But really, for some people, it ain't a joke. They have serious expectations. Yeah, there was a time, well before Korra, where it really weighed on me. Felt like every little thing I did or didn't do was a reflection on our great legacy. It's enough to drive you crazy.
話が長くなりそうだな。
I don't know.
質問する相手を間違っているよ、サム。どんな親も自分の過ちから学ぶことを子に願っている。真面目に子育てに悩んでいるのか、サム。コラをどう育てようと関係ない。
No judgment. I appreciate it.
Huh.
For my father, Korra, and me, everything starts and ends with Solomon Coe. He looked out at the stars and he dreamed a way to get there. Imagine being the first person to jump into a new system, set foot on a new world. Well, I get it. That's powerful stuff. And now, I'm just getting sappy. You're a bad influence, you know that?
なんだぞ。誘惑、全部作戦だこう。誰だか知らないが最低だ。サムには隠れた良さがある。サムには真の探求家の心がある。誰だか知らないが最低だな。
That's what I like about you. Well, I hope the comic book they make about our adventures is better than that rag on Solomon. The stuff they publish is just downright embarrassing. I got some choice words to share with you.
もう話したろ。忙しいんだこっちは。後にしろ。あ、座るのか。よっこいしょ。
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
それはある異常なものを発見したことから始まったアーティファクトだ。スターボーンと名乗る集団に襲われた。頂上の力を授けてくれる聖堂を見つけたアーティファクトだ。
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that.
私もだ。
These things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought, we enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
無理は承知だが協力してほしい。講義はいらない。答えが欲しい。
And I think I can help. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it.
誰だ？
This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
言葉だけで言うと確かに団結という意味になるな。では、その話を聞いてみよう。何かがあるはずだ。事実を知りたいんだ、守護者。寝かしつけるおとぎ話ではなく。その巡礼者はスターボーンか。
I'm not sure if he was. But if what you're looking for is connected, then anything might be possible.
では聞いてみよう。
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun.
バルーン。
And he gave them each a part of the truth.
まるでアーティ
Then
ファ
he
クト
goes
だ。
to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave?
インフィニティアテンダム。変わった言い方だ。具体的すぎる。覚醒者の家とバルーンは他の話を伝えているんだな。この話に座標が含まれていなければ何も見つからない。
But what if it does? Not my version, obviously, but the House of Enlightenment. Varun. I've spoken to them before, but I never thought of scrutinizing their answers for clues.
わかった。彼らと話そう。バルーン家と話すのは間違いだ。彼らは危険だ。話は進んでいるのに、なぜまた行かないといけないんだ？ わかった。彼らと話そう。
The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. The rune worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
だといいが
Here with
な。
the keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
わかった。じゃあそっちは任せるよ。覚醒者の家の人物と話す。なるほど。この辺だな。
You don't need to wear your helmet on this planet. You know that, right?
こいつか。あれ。
A visitor? I have all the company I need.
そのようだ。バルーンの進行について守護者アキラスと話したと聞いた。今まで聞いた中で最も孤独な言葉だな。
Jokes. You come to hear about Varun. Like the guards. Like the keeper.
Yeah, these zealots, not really known for their sense of humor.
ちょっと近く
Or
ね。
fashion choices.
The great serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
守護者アキラスは巡礼の話をしていた。彼についてもっと知りたい。宇宙の蛇は宇宙の問題に対する歪小な答えに思える。信念は称賛する。もっと知りたい。
It would be really helpful if you told us about it. If that even matters in the slightest to you.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me. Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the great serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the great serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan. The unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow.
おやお
That is
や。
all.
分かったような気がする。いや、全く分からん。その紙には殺す以上の何かがあるはずだ。ユニティという単語の意味を知りたい。
I have heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the great serpent casts to deceive the faithless. Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the great serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
分かったよ。おだちんでもあげようか。さて、次は覚醒者の家の人物と話す。この辺りか。遠来店。本来は啓蒙するという意味だが。
Keep it moving.
こいつか。
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
守護者アキラスから聞いた巡礼者に関する話がしたい。漠然とした概念ではなくユニティというものを探している。
Did Keeper Aquilus send you? Oh boy.
Look, I know it sounds crazy, but it's important. Really important.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
聞いてみよう。会議のメモを朗読するならコーヒーとドーナツが欲しい。
We might actually have some, but anyway, A man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of do that.
その言葉には何かメッセージが隠されているかもしれない。2という数字は大嫌いだ。各人が理解しなければならないのは、いかにして第二の人物が高みへ引き上げてくれるかとはどういう意味だ。
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
ありがとう。いろいろと考えさせられた。欲しかった答えに近づけた気がしない。ユニティについて話せることはあるか、その意味は。
Besides what the keeper would say about it, sounds like a gathering point or a center. Or in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one, the first or the beginning.
欲しかった答えに近づけた気がしない。
Sorry, I couldn't be of more help, but that's about all I've got. Hope you find what you're looking for.
守護者アキラスのところに戻る。何にもわからんな。戻ったぞ、ペテンシ。
Well, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
さっぱりだ。覚醒者の話では第2と2という言葉が使われていた。バルーン狂信者と話したが、次男は120日の間に4回戦ったそうだ。話の中で巡礼者はインフィニティアテンダムを考えているけど、何か意味があるのか。これぐらいかな。
If there really is a location the pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. What else did you learn?
覚醒者の話では第2という言葉が使われていた。
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. Was there anything else?
インフィニティアテンダム。
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb.
インダム、そんな話あったか。
How I feel.
インダム、整形の名前だ。必要なものは全て揃った気がする。次に見つけた惑星にはダムダムと名付けようと思う。どうだろう。
Well, I suppose that'll make someone laugh.
インダム、整形の名前だ。
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the pilgrim's resting place.
本当かや。
And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
そこには何か神聖なものがある。すべてをまとめる。ただの言葉だ。詮索の責任がある。祈りではない。総合的な信念のみが事実をもたらす。私たちは試されている。祈りではないよ。
And once you know, what will you do? Even the most objective scientist holds the belief that observation itself will be of benefit to humanity. You will be taking a similar part of yourself with you when you find the answer. Will that not color your perception of it?
金になるなら興味はそそるがな。 科学の利点は人の考えを試せることだ。だからといって事前にユニティを定義はできない。未知の世界の話をしてどうなる？
When one is lost, looking inward can help show the way.
定義はできんな。
So you're committed to keeping yourself from seeing unity as anything other than a rational objective, a goal you're bound to reach.
I know belief is kind of your job, but usually the scientific answer is the right answer.
Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
インダム2に行く。ここがインダム2か。ユニティに関する手がかりを探す。間違えた。巡礼者の安息の地。手がかりと言われてもな。なかった。巡礼者の記述。平凡な人類の馬鹿正直な単純さにはいつも驚かされる。最悪の直感、私の悪しき側面によって人類に対するある種の軽蔑を抱きそうになるが、人類は知らないことがあるということを私は知っているのだと、ふと思い出す。私は人類の見識の狭さを裁くことはできないし、裁くべきではない。彼らの発展を妨げる目隠しのような存在をよく知っているからだ。私もかつてはその存在だったのだから。人類のためを思うと彼らがいつか全てを理解することを願ってやまないが、自分のためを思えば関わりたくはない。随分だな。これか。5。彼の様々な過去と私の未来について考えてしまう。このまま、進み続け、力と知識を獲得し、自分自身が成長することを想像した。再び別の世界へ行き、新たな道のりを歩み始めるところを想像した。ここで特筆すべきなのは、その道には満足感がありそうということだ。一歩ずつが内在する報酬であり、私は未来に満ち足りている自分の姿を想像して楽しみにしている。それから全ての可能性を模索するために違う道を進むところを想像した。走るのをやめ、力を蓄えようとするのをやめることを代わりに、内なる慈悲の心を受け入れ、私が働こうとすると集まってくる人々を愛することを、ただ生き、教え、あるいは他者を啓蒙することを、そして死んだことを、その道にも満足感はありそうだ。その未来にも満ち足りた私が見える。だが違いはここにある。自分自身が成し遂げられる栄光のことを考えるのをやめると、喜びの気持ちはすぐに消える。ここに残って何かを作ることを考えるのをやめると、喜びの気持ちは続く。より持続的でより従属感がありそうだ。この違いが何を示しているのかはわからない。だが違いに気づくために費やした時間には感謝している。今のところつまらんな話が。個室の会場。正しい答えを求めてきたのなら、どんな問いをすべきか知っているだろう。何の話だな。この扉の方、食料はどこにある？ユニティとは？お前の問いに返そう。私が書いたものを読んだのなら、人類への負担を何と思っている？重すぎる。みんなダイエットしないと。誰もが結局物見とばかりだ。人類は必要だ。だが人類は愚かである。手強い敵とは誰だ？ハンター、自分自身。持続する充実感はどこから来る？成長すること、よりよく強くなること、暖かい日に冷えた飲み物を飲むこと、立ち止まること、慈悲の心を持つこと。お前はユニティの真の意味を探してここに来た。まだ見つける気があるのなら、私の最後の一部が隣の部屋にある。私は自分の答えをずっと昔に見つけたが、思っていたようなやり方ではなかった。お前の旅で真実が見つかるように祈っている。何があるというんだ？巡礼者の最後の記述。正しい答えがわからない。この先もずっとわからないかもしれない。だが、だんだんとわからないことが心地よくなってきた。ここに、この世界に、この時代に生きていることを考えれば考えるほど、私はまさにここにいるべきなのだと思うようになった。今回は違う。 私のことではないから逃げる必要はない。他者が私の名のもとに作り出すものを直すために奔走するのではなく、目的を持って何かを作り上げることができる。何か有益なものを作れる。私自身が有益なものになれる。もう一人の私は置いていく。この世界に彼の居場所はない。知らせてやればいい。私は生き、目の前に広がる聖なる宇宙を啓蒙しよう。あなたは私の旅の終わりを見つけた。すべてを知るには始まりを見つけなければならない。ハイラ2では島がサソリを隠し、サソリの針が真実を隠す。どういうことだ？ハイラ2でサソリの針を探す。はっ！そんなのあるのか？さて、ここがハイラ2か。おっとっと。おやおや、手洗い歓迎だ。うわ、まずい！くだらん。邪魔だ、虫けら。さて、ここに何があるのか。古代遺跡。邪魔な連中だ。あれ、いてー。まず害虫駆除の時間だな。これはなんだ？なんだこれは。アクセス。あれアクセスできないぞ。なるほど。上か。右か？あよくわからんな。この光をどこかに当てるんだろうな。これか。サソリ座の最後の星に行く。なるほど。あれは貴様か。守護者アキラスからユニティの真の意味を見つけ出すために送られた。第2ラウンドだ。降伏しなければ破壊する。何？エミッサリー。
Constellation ship. You weren't invited to this meeting, but much of our conversation has been about you. It's only fitting you should join us. I will personally guarantee your safety as long as you come in peace.
どうだかな。
Think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want.
よし、ドッキング手順を開始する。スターボーンを信頼する理由はない。どんなスターボーンでも。和平交渉？スターボーンは戦争をしていたのか？ それで安全を保障する2人目のスターボーンは何者だ？
Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet.
I know your encounters with our kind have not been pleasant, but we are here to talk, and you deserve answers.
Good. See? We can all get along. For now.
皆殺しにしてやるさ。これか。ぶつかったのは大丈夫なんだな。
Docking complete.
ほう。これは。
Hello. Again.
貴様。
Do you remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain.
Thank you for the stellar introduction. Your success is unprecedented. Before you came, we were just discussing how continued use of force against you is unwise.
賢明だな。その通りだ。私たちは対応を求めたが、あんたに攻撃された。何者だ？スターボーンとは何者だ？
We are not a monolithic people. The Starborn are individuals. Some are united in cause. Others are in it for themselves.
隣のようなやつか。
We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did?
We needed to warn you off. Every encounter with one of our kind could spell disaster.
どういう
For
こと？
whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should.
それで殺人は正当化されない。そうだな。殺してアーティファクトを奪う予定だ。堂々巡りだな。ユニティについて学びに来たんだが。殺してアーティファクトを奪う予定だ。
Good. Hold on to that determination. Because you're about to learn there's a higher prize at stake.
The Unity. You are on the path to it. It is a place, a gateway. It is where we were reborn.
生まれ変わっただと。
You've really come a long way since the Welcome to Constellation speech, haven't you?
サラ、ありえない。死んだところを見たのに。どんな悪趣味な冗談だ？沈黙を守る。
I'm not who you think I am. This universe is only the first one you've been to. I've seen hundreds. Where I came from, I was the one who stayed at the lodge to protect the artifacts. You died on board the Eye while we held off the hunter.
One of me, at least.
マルチ
I
ユニバース
collected
の話
the
か。
remaining artifacts, and they opened the way to the center of my universe, and the doorway to an infinite number of others. That is the Unity. When I stepped into it, I became a Starborn. It's how I've entered other worlds, including yours.
なるほど。そのユニティを自分で確かめたい。しかし、あんたたちは人々を力寄せないようにした。では、ユニティこそアーティファクトがあった場所なんだな。聖堂？
I have to. This is bigger than all of us.
Help.
All the artifacts are needed to complete the armillary and open the way to the Unity. In every universe, the Starborn fight over them. Innocent people die. You've witnessed the power granted by the temples, the anarchy that can be unleashed. Someone has to decide who should get them.
Here it
Naruhodo.
comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven.
You're twisting what I mean.
They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifact, and you held me off. You got away. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill.
その通りだ。
As I have done countless times.
まさか。
I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was when eternity is within your grasp?
守護者アキラス。いや、同じ人物の別バージョンか。あは、そっちか。そんなバカな。アキラスは平和主義者だ。怪物め。あんたと似たところなどない。ユニティを何度も体験している。どういうことだ。別バージョンか。
You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks. To give up. To appreciate the universe you have. Easy for a person who's seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself.
You've never come this far. Not in all the universes I've seen. The path to the Unity is opening to you.
なるほど。
You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides.
ではどちらかを助けてアーティファクトを組み合わせユニティに入るのか。自分の友人を殺した者を助けることはない。二人の間にどんな戦いがあろうが関わり合いたくはないな。
You're already in it.
何？
With artifacts, come Starborn searching for them, fighting over them.
なるほ
I
ど。
want a truce between all three of us. Give you some time to think over which approach to the Unity is the one you want. Mine or the Hunters.
Yes. Let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you.
オプションハンターと話す。オプションエミッサリーと話す。スコーピアスを離れる。なるほど。どちらか選べということか。逆に選ばなくてもいいのかな。さてどうしたものか。
The emissary and their kind only want to control you.
ち。ではこいつにしようかやはり。
You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that.
ロッチを攻撃した後解放したのはなぜだ。
To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever flies over your body goes on to become the emissary. Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore.
なるほど。エミサリを偽善者呼ばれした理由は？
They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter, but the Unity itself doesn't judge.
なるほど。なぜお前はユニティを求める？
Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it. で
ではお前は
I'm sure you have more questions. Ask.
最初の世界は自分のどんなだった
Different. I never know who you are when I meet a new version, but so much of you stays the same. It's hard, but each universe is precious in its own way. Mine will never have its original you in it again, as yours won't have its real me.
アーミラリーとは
When all the artifacts are assembled, the device they create is called the armillary. In many ways, it's a model of the multiverse itself. Through it, you can reach the unity. And from there, you can become Starborn.
なるほど。ではアーティファクトが悪用されないように守ろうとしているのか
You've seen the terror the Hunter causes. Every time a Starborn goes through the Unity, they get more artifacts, find more temples, gain more power. We can't let more like him abuse these gifts to destroy whatever's in their way.
ユニティに入るとどうなる
It's not an easy experience to describe, but the Unity will speak to you, offer you the chance to become Starborn. You will be leaving this universe behind to be reborn. Everything you were before will be gone. Maybe that's why it offers the choice. Compassion? Or is it testing us?
なるほど。どうしたものかな
Before you leave,
あ
I want to give you something. A way to another artifact, but also a lesson in how dangerous they can be. Seek the moon of old Earth. There are secrets there you must discover for yourself. Here, to open the way.
ありがとう。欲しかったのは答えだ。スターモンは自分で確かめるべきと言いたがるな。わかった。月に行って探そう。地球の月太陽系の
I do not always know if you are a person I should be helping. Forgive me. I have also found that advice is a poor substitute for experience. I ask you again. Go to Earth's moon. You should also talk to your colleagues in Constellation. I am sure they have gathered more information on the remaining artifacts in the fringes of space. Part of me wonders what they will all say about what you have learned. But I will leave that to you.
なるほど。お、レベルが上がった。ではまず、出来損ないところのところに戻るか。さて、翔くん、決断の時だぞ。
Hey, I've been talking with the others, and I'd like to get everyone together.
何の別れだ
To say goodbye. You know. To Sarah.
なるほど。必ず行く、ノエル。行きたいがあちこちに引っ張られているから行けるかどうか。いや、言えない。
Well, just think about it. If you change your mind, we'll be here. I'll have everything set up in a few days.
死人に口なしだよ、ノエル。
Mateo told us about your pilgrim's voyage.
You found it, didn't you? The meaning of unity.
まあな。それは多元宇宙の中心だ。私たちはそこへの道を作っている。無限に私がいるんだ。他の私全員を気の毒に思っている。サラは生きている。別のバージョンだが、別の宇宙から来た。
I don't think I understand.
マルチユニバースのことさ。
Saying we're living on the parallel. You for every universe?
Hate to be the responsible one, but the big bombshell of what we're actually building here might need another second to sink in. Want to go over this whole multiple universe thing for everyone?
Yes, I wouldn't mind a little more detail.
サラの別バージョンにあったユニティがスターボーンを作り出し、スターボーンは違う宇宙に行けるそうだ。
Explains why the Starborn want the artifacts so bad. Get them all, and you've got a gateway to infinity.
I don't even want to think about the physiological changes you'd need to travel between universes.
Plus what it would do to the mind? Enlightenment? Or oblivion? Like the Hunter.
どうだろうな。
You have the opportunity to reach the closest thing to your god that might exist. And you're second guessing it?
One doesn't approach the afterlife without some trepidation.
それが使命だ。未知の世界に踏み込むことが。先に待つものを考えよう。新しい人生、スターボーンの力が待っている。これが何を意味するのか、じっくり考えてみよ
う。You're right. This is a lot to take in.
Guess a little time to get our heads straight wouldn't hurt. But you know where I'll want to be when everyone's ready. Front and center.
Not to make a sharp turn in a grand tale, but I got the eye fixed up. Bruised, but still blinking. Let me know when you're ready to follow up on what it's seen.
最後の兆候、裏地ミューと話す。はい、ということで、そろそろお時間が来ました。次回、この次からやっていきましょう。この動画をお気に召しましたら、ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価をお願いします。それではまたどこかでお会いしましょう。さよなら、さよなら、さよなら。なるきん万歳でした。狭いな、なんか。なんでこいつらこんな一箇所で固まってんだよ。なんだか怪しいな。さっき舌打ちしたのこいつ。ちょっと近くない？いや、全くわからん。おやおや、手洗い歓迎だ。害虫駆除の時間だな。ぶつかったのは大丈夫なんだな。